live.
We're live. Woo-hoo.
Live.
And Becky's back behind the camera.
Hey, Becky.
Yay!
Today's pie day.
Pie day. I want a pie. Are you gonna make me a pie?
No. Are you more of a cream pie or fruit pie gal?
So I'm probably more of a rhubarb pie gal.
That's a
I
vegetable.
grew up with rhubarb pie with my grandma. Kind of
Rhubarb strawberry?
No,
Just
never
rhubarb.
Strawberry. Never. It was a rhubarb kind of custard pie.
Custard.
It had some kind of an eggy thing
Ew.
inside of it.
I'm not a custard. I don't really love custard.
That
honestly,
was
unless
mean.
it's creme
That was
brulee.
rude.
I'm sorry, Grandma.
Without even tasting it, she's dissing my grandma Prudy.
I'm not. So what I don't like, I like creme brulee. Sorry, this is deviating from pie. Do you like creme brulee?
I love creme
Creme
brulee.
brulee is good, and it's a custard, right?
Right?
But I don't like. So my mom used to make some sort of bizarre like custard pie.
Have you told her this?
I'm sorry if she's watching.
Does she still make it?
She must know that no one liked it, or at least I don't
Huh.
know. Anyway, and so the custard.
Okay, so let's talk about
Rhubarb
desserts
custard?
that I'm not in love with.
Okay.
So my family, the rest of my family loves this because Grandma Prudy made it, but it was never anything I loved. Rice pudding.
Rice pudding can be okay for me. But that's kind of custardy.
It is, but
It's got that weird rice in it.
But the thing is, I like tapioca.
I do
don't
too.
love
I
tapioca.
like
I do not
tapioca
like
I do too.
tapioca. What is tapioca?
It's like some.
weird
I like it.
I don't know what is
fish
tapioca.
eggs.
It's white caviar. No, I don't know why I like that, but maybe because I don't know the flavor's so vanilla or something. But rice pudding.
Okay, so back to
No.
pie.
Okay.
I can like a good chocolate cream pie. Yum.
Sorry, I'm having kind of a hot flash.
Lemon meringue. Yes.
I like all. I love chocolate, like pudding pies. I like. Yeah.
Yummy.
There's not very many pies
Yeah,
I don't like, to be honest.
Except for that custard situation.
I like pecan
good.
pie.
Like
I
pumpkin
like
pies?
apple pie when I make it. What'd you say?
pumpkin pie's
Oh.
custard.
But you don't like pumpkins.
I do like pumpkin pie.
You don't like sweet potatoes.
No, I do not really love those. But anywho, so little
So
mini
anyway.
And why is it pie
fruit
day?
pies,
It is pie day.
3.14.
Yeah.
314.
Yeah, there's even like a pie shawl that you can make by Elizabeth Zimmerman.
All right.
It's that lace pie shawl.
Coolio. So anyway, happy Pie Day.
Yeah, let us know what your feelings are about pie and various desserts.
I think, well, and so in my head, I feel like fruit pies are
Well, I do like fruit. I love
maybe kind of healthy. Because fruit,
well, with like all the sugar you put in it.
well, you can cut the sugar. But also, just if you live in Billings, at Town and Country and Polly Food Basket is a Billings-based pie maker in the frozen section, and you can buy her pies. I can't remember what they're called. But anyway, she's kind of expanded and has a commercial kitchen now, and they're really good. So they're frozen, and then you can bake them, and they're lovely.
Okay, I have
They're
a
good.
comment about apple pies. This is good. This is good advice for everybody. So, I don't know what apples you normally use for apple pie. A lot of people use Granny Smith. And then what happens is because they're so tart, you have to add like a ton more sugar.
You don't have to.
I'm just saying, a lot of people do. So, I read an article years and years ago. It was in like Cooking Light, and they gave us all like the different options of different apples and which ones were the best and would allow for less sugar and actually golden delicious because they're already really sweet. And if you add the normal amount of sugar to it, then it'll make it too mushy. So you cut back on your sugar, and that one would be healthier.
Yeah. I mean, anywho. Blueberries are really good for you, so you don't have to add a lot of sugar to it. But then when you add the ice cream
And whipped cream.
I don't usually put whipped cream on my fruit pies.
Well,
On the
my
ice cream.
mom used to put cheese on her apple pies,
I've heard of that.
like cheddar cheese. That
I've heard
wasn't,
of that.
yeah.
I don't know that I would do that, but I've
Me
heard
neither.
of that. Okay. I would take that probably over the custard rhubarb pie.
But she liked apples with popcorn. Is that weird?
I don't know. Okay. Anyway,
All right,
we
so-
have a few things
Okay,
to chat
so
about besides pie.
our like just regular stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So our YouTube giveaway that we do every week,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll find out in a minute why we're giving away what we're giving away.
Mm-hmm.
So if you subscribe to our video and make a comment on the most recent one, you'll get entered into our weekly drawing.
How many subscribers do we have now?
Close to 800, I looked.
Oh no, we're over that.
Are you?
We're like,
Woo!
I think
over 800.
like maybe 808 or I did not look this morning.
Mm-hmm. And we had a lot of, like 35 commenters this week.
Yeah, so a lot more, and that wasn't
which
even
is
really
a lot.
us. Like sometimes we'll answer them, and
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
so we're giving away some neon yarn. It's actually called Neon Lang Neon.
It's a fun yarn.
We love this yarn, but it's been discontinued. We're so sad because it's super fun.
So we have it on sale. And anyway, another thing is that it's March, like almost St. Patty's Day. So we went with green.
Oh, there you go. So one of our most recent subscribers happened to be the right number that we picked this today. And her name is Ann Fuller.
Yay,
Yay!
Ann!
You get the prize.
I think we'll mail it to you because you don't live right here. So.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah,
So
thanks
anyway,
for
that
everything.
is for
Thanks
you.
for following us on everything
What
and
else?
anything.
Let's see. Oh, what are we wearing?
I'm wearing neon and neutral.
It's kind of a light neutral. Neon, I mean. I'm going super intense.
That's
Neon.
quite intense.
I got this
It's all
top
the
in
neons.
Australia.
Mhm.
It's actually a turtleneck, but I cut the turtleneck off because it just wasn't the right turtleneck. But it is wool. So I
Wool is
thought
great.
that was kind of
It's
interesting.
breathable.
I know.
Wool's breathable. Year
And I'm wearing a
round.
wool sweater.
And back in the day, before we had all these clothes, people would wear, lightweight wool suits, and they wore them, and wool's great anyway. So
Yeah.
I applaud your lightweight wool top.
Thank you. Thank
Mine
you.
is all cotton.
Okay, you're cotton, I'm wool.
Okay.
Which we're wearing like no poly.
Okay, another fun fact though, I do have wool undies, just in case.
Okay, I am not wearing wool undies.
Wool is breathable. I'm just here to
Okay,
say.
so what?
We could talk about it.
What's
at
the
some
brand
point.
of wool undies?
There's a couple brands, and I'm not going to talk
Because
about
I
it
can
today.
link to them though. People will
Another
ask.
time. Another time. Okay. We have
Just wear green ones on.
We have a class, a little workshop, for double knitting. And you're going to make a coaster, or it could be a
Flip
pot
it.
holder.
There
Look
you
at
go.
that! It's magic. Double
Yeah.
knitting, same
Two
stitches
sides at one time.
Yeah. It's double knitting, double thick, double treble. So Liz is going to teach that. It's a 3-hour workshop on March 25th. We have a few spots
already-
left.
Yep, just a couple.
You can adjust the size of this by using thicker yarn, bigger needles. But this one's like.
Are we going to
coaster
talk
size.
about classes?
Well, I just
Because we do have. So we have a crochet sweater class. So we found a really fun crochet sweater, and Jennifer made it, and it's called Soto.
SOTO.
And it's by Junko. I'm sorry, I don't remember her last name, but she's written a lot of patterns. But I feel like this is one of her first, or
She does
really,
knit-
I don't know,
knitted
more
designs
intense
too, right?
crochet works. So it's a pretty fun pattern,
Mm-hmm.
and so you must be kind of really comfortable with most of the crochet stitches. So it's not for the very beginning crocheters. It's for someone that's been crocheting for a while but maybe wants to start doing some sweaters.
It's cute.
Okay.
That's starts April 1st.
Right.
And it meets 3 or 4 times? 3 times.
Yep, 3
Okay.
times.
It's on our
and
website.
then we have 2, so we just finished a Zoom class.
Zoom
Our
sweater, my first sweater.
Sweater class with Cindy Dell, and it went really good. We've seen a lot of the sweaters. They're just fabulous. Everyone just, I think, came away feeling really confident about it. But they expressed some interest in another class, and they do have some people from like out of town, so really enjoying it. So she's going to do my first lace sweater class, and it's going to sort of align with spring, summer, our shirties.
You
So
bet.
yeah, so she picked or they helped pick it's the Yuma sweater by Isabel Kramer.
Great designer.
And simple lace work along the yoke. You can either do long sleeve or short sleeve, just like you see there. So
the gauge is a lot lighter than the first sweater that they did in the winter.
Right.
So,
but
that's coming up.
Yep, and that will be
Do we have the dates set for that yet?
I think it starts May 13th.
Okay.
And so it will kind of go into June.
Okay, and then Cindy is also doing another Zoom class that's going to be it's the Building Blocks series, and that will meet monthly for just like an hour. We have the dates all set, and they're Saturdays.
Okay.
Cindy does record, so you would have access to it
For like 1 week after class.
And so we've done Building Blocks before, like 3 times, and hello. You end up doing 12 blocks, and you don't have to make them into a blanket, but I think everyone did opt to make it into a blanket. And each month you're building the skills. Like, it starts pretty basic, and then every month you're building on the skills that you are establishing. While you're making, not a huge project each month, you're doing a square. So it's not like you are spending hours and hours and hours. Right. You can get it done in the month. And this is another one that's going to happen over Zoom. So Cindy is the leader on Zoom.
And so this particular class, when you sign up, you're going to sign up for 6 months at a time. And then once that is done, then we'll do the next 6 months. But so the first 6 classes, or the first 6,
and that is coming right up starting in April.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you are kind of a newer knitter,
this is going to be perfect for you.
Like perfect. Spread the word. It's a good class. So with Zoom also, it allows you all to, or there up to 15 people.
Right, so more people can take advantage.
Than can happen in our classroom. So. And
I think another good name of this is confidence builder. Because I always remember a couple of students in particular that started this class, and the first class they're like, I can't do it. I mean, thankfully she pushed on, but a year after, she's knitting sweaters and and she has no qualms about choosing a more complicated pattern. So
yeah, it is a great little program. So it's the Building Blocks from, who is it? Oh, Knit Pearl Hunter. Yeah, it's a good one. So that's that. What else do we have? We have a little addition to Soxies, and we're starting to get some of our Soxies submissions.
And they're
fun.
Good. They're so good.
So Renata. We have 3 different Renettes. Sorry, Renata makes these really fun bags, and she's like, I want you guys to give this away. It's like an iPad case.
Well, you can totally use it for a project bag for whatever.
She has a really great craftsperson aesthetic. Everything is lined.
Nice lining.
And so we're going to randomly give that to anyone who submits an entry for Soxies.
Right. So
We've
we
got
might
a lot of
have
people
like
signed
50
up.
people signed up,
Yeah.
but you've got to have an actual sock entry to be eligible for this little project.
Right. And so just a reminder, the deadline for Soxies is the end of the month.
Yep.
You can submit more than one entry, of course.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll have some.
Who Ashley is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we'll get
Maybe
a couple
Heidi.
from her. Anyway, so that's that. Cute. I love that sock fabric on the back. So that's fun. Thank you, Renata.
Okay.
And we also have some books that have come in.
I love this book.
One is called The Secret Lives of Color. There's not anything knitting related in there.
No, but it's the historical essays, or actual. It's not just essays. It's not a novel.
Look how fun you can my favorite color is whatever, and what's the little fun facts about that? So just some trivia, and
I love it.
I do
love
too.
The color.
The polka dots are fun.
I keep thinking it's 3-dimensional. Like,
I know, it kind of looks like it.
yeah.
It says it's the unforgettable, unknown history of colors and the vivid stories behind them. So
Yes.
riveting.
Yep. On the edge
Keep
of
you on
your
the edge of
chair.
your chair. All right.
Okay.
And now we
For
have
the-
another new book.
Yep.
I think a lot of you have maybe seen this out in the little world. It's called Neons and Neutrals. The latest publication from Lina, and theirs are always beautiful. It's a collaboration.
Yeah, it's a beautiful cover. It's a fabric linen cover.
I know, I love
So
that.
I do too.
So Amy
of La Bien-Aimée,
La
we'll
Bien-Aimée.
say it that way.
So it's curated by her. So that means she's
More edited.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the patterns. There's many different designers, and she's got her hand in like helping to choose yarns and things like that. And so the neons and neutrals is sort of the theme of today.
Yeah, we decided to play with that. Neons and neutrals. I don't
neutrals.
know. Our little table is full of
neons and
neons
neutrals.
and a few neutrals.
So one thing I noticed about this book is, well, there's lots of different kinds of patterns: sweaters, vests, scarves,
Hats.
Yeah. So, but she's done a lot of marling with different fibers and colors, and so that sort of plays into the neons and neutrals. So one fiber is a neutral, one fiber is a neon. And the other thing that
Wait, fiber or the color?
well, both.
Okay.
Whatever.
Can a fiber be neutral?
Well, I guess when I'm saying
Okay.
fiber, like wool, whatever
Okay,
fiber you
gotcha.
end up choosing.
Color. I think. Okay. Sorry.
Okay, so
Semantics.
yeah. So anyway, I've noticed, so in the back of the book, she's got 2 options of how to choose your yarns for every pattern. So one, if it's a bulky pattern, she might have one selection is you're going to use this bulky and this bulky. So it's just like one strand of each. But then she's got another selection where it's multiple strands to work up to that bulky gauge. So that's kind of how she talks about it. And also how swatching is very important when you are using different colors, different fibers, different brands of yarns. So you get the fabric that you want. So
Nice.
with
It's
all
a-
of that
it's a
in
great
mind,
book.
we pulled some neons and neutrals that we thought you might want to experiment with.
Yeah.
So
So neons. I mean, is it back to the 80s?
is it the 80s or is it
I mean,
the
a lot
90s?
of people say it was the 80s, but I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of an 80s kid, but
Was it flash dancey, 80s kind of
Flashdance.
Yeah,
stuff?
which
Yeah.
is what. So that's when I knit my first sweater, and I was always really glad that it was in the 80s because I didn't even check gauge or anything. You know, and it had like a super wide collar. It was really short. The sleeves were really long because I followed the pattern like exactly without doing any measuring because it was my first project. So I think I have it somewhere.
So it might be worth looking into that book. We just got it, so we haven't had time to look. But like, is neon? I feel like neon, the technology to dye anything in a neon colorway, probably didn't exist before a certain time period. I'm just thinking in my head because, like, if you look back at the colors, you know, from the 40s and 50s, I don't think there was a neon in anyone's palette. I think probably the technology for dyeing things
I have to
over
look
the
that
years
up,
has changed.
really, because
Or developed,
Thinking
just-
about how long the colors, colors been around forever. How they mixed colors back, in the Renaissance when they were painting. I mean, and I just wonder sometimes if neon isn't a color in its purest form. So that would definitely be
Well,
something to look
neon's
up.
like an element or something,
Well, yeah, technically
neon lights?
it is,
isn't it?
That
Is it a
is.
gas, right?
but I
Gas?
don't know that has anything to
I
do
don't
with the
know.
colors.
We're getting like a little bit too techy.
Okay, but
Okay.
let's
You want to start with some of these? I think these are fun right here.
right.
Look at that. Neon and neutral.
And I do feel like there's so many times when where people are choosing hats and they are like, really, I want to match, which is really pretty.
Match is fun.
But this is super fun and unexpected.
It's
So,
fun. I mean, we're not afraid of color around here, so if you're gonna, this is easy for us to talk about.
Oh yeah.
But so yeah, we've got neon pom poms,
Whoa.
and can you put pom poms on more than just hats? Yes.
Yeah, you can put them on
Ends
like
of
the ends
scarves.
of shawls, and we've got some little ones too.
Tie one on a bag. Super cute.
Well, I did that because Maddie doesn't have to wear a hat in Australia, so I
No.
got her like
If you live in a hot place, you're
a
not wearing
pom
a hat.
pom that color that she can just tie on something.
Yeah. So tribbles. There you go.
What's
Okay.
that from, Sue?
That's from Star Trek.
Okay, good. That was a
Okay.
trick question.
This fun bag of, I would say, neons and neutrals
Mm-hmm.
in a beautiful new Rainworks bag that we got in last
Yeah.
week. So that's Hedgehog's Tweety.
And the way that they get all the little flecks in there, it's all recycled bits of her actual yarns.
Hedgehog.
Yeah, there you go.
So people send them, leftover bits, and then it eventually gets incorporated at the mill into this fabulous woolly.
So you
Yeah.
definitely
DJ.
will find neutrals and neons in the same skein. So that's
Right.
pretty cool.
That's
I have this at home. It's just waiting.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know what it's going to be, but
we've seen this being worked into sweaters. Carrie did a dark one, and we've got Meredith right now is doing this, and it's so cute. Liz did
what
one.
pattern is Meredith making?
It's the new Ho-He V-neck with the little cable accents along the V. It's really pretty.
Yep.
So I think she'll be in later. Hopefully she's bringing that sweater so we can look
Uh-huh.
at it again.
So we got a bunch of new from Emma's Yarns. We got all these really great minis
Okay.
from Emma's Yarns in just her
DK. It's
neons.
DK Smalls. So
It's 50 yards each.
50 yards just to pop it into
Someone
anything like
Like it'd be great color work sweater. Yeah.
Mhm. Just pop it in. I personally think that this is kind of hurts my eyes to look at. This one.
And it's a superwash
It
and
is.
nylon.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's your
Yeah.
standard
of
superwash
a- yeah.
DK. But hand dyed. So
It'd
there's
be
some
fun
tonal.
for a heavier sock with that nylon in there.
Yeah.
So.
Or there's cute little baby sock patterns.
Oh my
for
gosh.
DK.
Oh, that'd be
that'd
cute.
be so cute.
So that just came in, and so I don't know if you can really tell, but we have another shipment of Emma's sock weight.
Yep.
So
we
we've
have,
expanded our
50
colorway.
some colors. All their halves. So it's their sock weight, practically perfect sock yarn, but in the halves. So it's 200 yards.
So it lets you play with heels and toes. It lets you maybe just if you're doing smaller socks, you only need one skein. Nice for cowls, color work things. Also, and why Emma's? Because she only sells to yarn shops. She's a pretty strong believer in, working with yarn shops and supporting your local store instead of selling direct. And so we just like that. So anyway, and they've been really great to work with so far. It's
Yeah,
been-
and we haven't had to wait long for shipments, and
yeah.
yeah.
We have some new Love and Leche little lip balms that have come in too from them. I think the brother's doing that part of the business, and then we also got little Anywhere balms. So, and that lip balm is awesome.
It is. I'm always using it.
It's stays on well.
Speaking of sock yarn and neons, this is actually a really fun colorway from Two Sisters. It's called Highlighter, and we did just get a shipment in from them too. They're right here in Billings, and she has such a great, I don't know how do you do it, and she
The
won't
stripes.
tell us.
I know.
But very crisp and clean striping. So
It's a good one.
she's got the thing down, I guess. So
Okay, Ikagai does a really fun neon. Most of hers, I would say, are neutral.
yeah,
Except
most
for
but
that.
she does have a couple of pretty bright colors.
Shibipaka, so it's pretty nice. And I think someone named Suzanne is working on a cardigan.
Oh
with that
yes.
color.
So this is a bulky superwash wool and alpaca. So
Pretty
it's really
luxurious.
super nice.
Yeah, super nice, super bulky. No, it's not super bulky. It's chunky.
We recently got a shipment of Mondine from Retro Saria, And she has some really great bright colors. And then I just love these. I call this a neutral.
Yep.
So it's really fun. I'd love to see those together too.
Really nice socks, of course, but it is not a superwash yarn, or a sweater. A wonderful sweater.
Yep.
Hats, really nice hats. Okay, we've got some nice neutral fuzzy yarns.
Okay.
And we
then-
have one, I would say, true neon. We only have 2 left of that. There's also sparkle in that Lang.
But mixing these with some of these really bright neons from Kelborn, they're the perennial. That would be really a clear vision from the book that we've got. There's a really great vest. I think it's called Harmony. I think I had it. So I had it in here, but of course now it's not. But it's just a nice way to mix some colors together. Let's see, where's that vest?
Okay.
It's kind of a herringbone. Oh, this. I'd love to make this.
I know.
That would be so fun.
Yeah.
And Becky, these would be perfect for you because it has the word neutral in it. And then you can throw yourself a pop of color.
I think, anyway, it's all good. I don't know that this is she has not invented this concept, neons and
No,
neutrals.
definitely not. She hasn't, but it's just a nice way to showcase it.
It is. Here's a nice way to pop some neon into your knitting with your putting
Yeah.
stitches on hold.
Without committing.
Lost it.
There you go.
Without committing to knitting with a neon. At
Yeah.
least you've got,
Instead of waste
accessories.
yarn, you can use this,
Yeah.
right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Those
That's
are awesome.
right.
A little Freya's, pop some neon in with a neutral, and it's fun. Again, it is not a new thing, but it is a fun thing.
Here's a
And
fun
I do
pattern.
think neons are kind of experiencing a little bit of a resurgence, whether it's from the 80s or whether it's from construction worker.
High vis.
Yeah, you made your own construction vest.
I don't know. So anyway, it's a great book. We have a few copies in the shop,
Yeah.
so come check them out.
Yeah, we'd love to.
Hedgehog is well known for her brights and pops.
Sue and I love. Part of obviously why we have this shop is because we just love. We love to help people, find the right things. We love shopping, so we'll help you shop. We're great enablers.
Woohoo! All right,
Yeah.
I think that's all we wanted
I
to talk
think
about
so
today.
too. It's just whatever
Yeah.
we wanted.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
we'll talk to you soon, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.